Where is this going to be shown?
Dallas Fort Worth.
Oh man, I better get rid of my flower if it's going to be shown down Dallas.
Why? Stephen Oliver, I overheard you a few minutes ago talking about this new series, Bracken's World. You're one of the stars. And man, you were coming on real strong, and I think you really and truly believe in this series. It's not a bunch of press talk.
Well, Bracken's World is the first television show that has given any kind of insight into the world of Hollywood. You know, they've made a few attempts like Harlow, you know, the story of Harlow, and they really didn't show it the way it really is. Bracken's World not only deals with actors and actresses, but it deals with the people behind the cameras, you know, the revolutionaries, the people that stand up to the studio bosses and say, this is the kind of show that I want to produce. And they say, well, the public won't go for it. It's too heavy. They won't understand it. Well, the fact of the matter is, the people behind Bracken's World, Stanley Rubin, producer, and the various directors and guest stars that we have on the show, we all have an insight into what the motion picture business is about because we're out of that media. We're showing it the way it is. It might be a little distasteful to some people because we're really getting down to the gritty. A producer on the show, Kevin Grant, who's played by Peter Haskell, his wife, the actress Madeline Rue plays his wife. She plays an alcoholic. I don't blame her, man. I really dig it myself. But she plays, you know, like this alcoholic wife with a kid that doesn't watch over the kid, doesn't take care of it, sits down, drinks a booze. So you're going through the life of a producer. Then you go through the life of a director, a struggling director. You go through the life of a struggling actor, a struggling actress. And you're really seeing what people go through in the motion picture business. They go through all of the same changes and the bummers that every Joe Schmo on the street goes through. Everybody that owns a gas station, everybody that owns a flower shop or a barber shop, everybody goes through the same changes.
Now, is the role you're playing, does it parallel your own life as an actor?
Well, due to the fact that I'm playing the character is me. The character is only written words on a piece of paper. It's my thing, my soul, my mind that creates the character. The writers write it down on a piece of paper. They create the written situation. Myself as an actor, I've got to put life into the character. Then the character is no longer a bunch of written words. The character is a soul, a living being. And acting is a far out concept. People aren't aware of it. It's an art. And it's not like it was in the mid-50s, the early 60s. People today, your viewing audience, the people out there, are more aware of what they want to see. I mean, let's face it, they sit down and they look, you know down in like Dallas, right? They're sitting in the house, and the husband just got home from work and he looks and he says, what is that garbage? How can they insult us by throwing that garbage in our face, right? Well, Bracken's World is the kind of series where they'll sit down, they'll watch it, and they'll dig it. Because it deals with people. It doesn't just deal with the actors, actresses. It deals with gaffers. You know, technicians on set, guys that have to go home to their own problems and changes. Bracken's World will be the most successful series that has hit the air in 10 years. I know that for a fact. It's not just because I'm on it. I dig it. I dig the show, and like I watch it myself. And if I watch it, everybody else should, because like I know right where it's at in the motion picture industry, and Bracken's World is where it's at. That's a fact. Bracken's World, by the way, when they say Bracken's World, it's Dick Zanuck's world. Dick Zanuck is the head of 20th Century Fox Studios.
Well, I was just going to ask you, that was to be my next question, as a matter of fact, Stephen. If when we see it on our screens, will we try to say, oh, well, that's so-and-so, and we'll look at each one of the characters and try to think, well, now that really is is
Oh, yeah.
such and such an
Oh,
actor in
yeah.
real life. We'll do that, will we?
Well, sure.
Who are you in?
Well,
who will they identify you with?
I feel that they've already identified me with Steve McQueen. Steve McQueen was built into a star by 20th Century Fox. I hope I'm not wrong, but I'm sure I'm not. But I feel that they're developing my character in the same, not, they've said James Dean. I'm not a James Dean. I'm not an overly sensitive young boy. Like I'm my own thing. And then they say Marlon Brando. Well, I don't, like mumble when I talk. I dig Brando. I think he's a great actor, but like I don't want to be associated with any actor. James Dean, Marlon Brando, Clark Gable, anybody. I am me, and that's what I play on the show. I don't play a written concept, a written character. I play Stephen Oliver, actor. I don't have to play anything else. I play an actor on the show. I love it.
Steve, we have enjoyed very much talking with you today, and I hope you're right, and I hope 10 years from now that we meet and you can say, Bobbie, I was right, wasn't I? It lasted for 10 years. Okay?
Far out.
All right. Our guest, Stephen Oliver, and you will see him in Bracken's World, a new series on NBC TV.